Okay, so sorry for the little interruption. I was I was having a little bit of issues, so we are going to continue this little pirate parrot. So let me just set it back. I'm sorry for the interruption. Really sorry for that. Happens sometimes. Sometimes you get to, and I don't want you guys waiting on that for nothing. Here we go. Sorry, I was chatting with a little lady. Okay, so what we did is a little bit of painting, a little bit here, adding colors to the feathers. And now what we are going to do is just going for this little thing here, purple. So let's continue. Okay, so we're gonna have to Sorry. Here we go. So right now what we're doing is creating a little bit of white. Okay. So it's gonna be a big purple guy. Hey Dave, you doing like me? You are on both? I'm watching Captain and painting at the same time. No, I don't, Dave. I'm not. I'm trying to set up right now, so I hope that when I'm going to be able to. I just hope that it's going to work. So I'm setting up. I'm trying to do a few things at the same time. So I hope it's going to work well. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Captain. So you jump in on my side. you, I'm gonna get you. Okay. Hello, everyone. In case you guys don't know me, I'm Sam Mini. So welcome everybody. Tonight I'm working on the little parrot, a little commission from one of my friends, and this one is made by Aaron Ruse. So we are working on leather, we are working on feathers and fabrics. So we are going to a little bit of non-metallic metal at the same time. So thanks everyone for the follow. Thanks Ishan. Thanks Lonis. Thanks Robash. It's really nice of you guys. So yeah. Oh, and you did a giveaway at the same time. He also needs his 50. I already have my 50. So welcome, welcome. So you probably guys got the famous kind of yes, I'm at 61 right now. Thanks a lot, Captain. So you're doing a little drawing for the people who's following me? Hey, Paul John, how you doing? No, I don't even know what is affiliate. So sorry, I'm brand new at streaming. I've been streaming for 2 weeks now, I think. I usually stream from 7 to 9 during my painting time hours. Oh, thank you, Captain. You're so kind. The parrot still needs the arm. There you go. So as you can see, the arm has a little pipe, called pipe, and as you see, the smoke is coming into a small boat. So thank you guys from my heart. It's very nice to have a lot of people following now. Oh, the purple is not really done, but I'm going with the cold theme, and I'm trying to explain at the same times the entry of light, like I told you. So right right now is just, if you look, it's really rough, so it's just sketching right now. And I'm showing a few tricks on the stream, so when I'm on, if you got question or anything like that, don't be shy, go ahead, ask me. Okay, thanks Geek, Quesos, Writing, Cumulo, Whiskey Jacket 64, thanks for the follows. I got Ishan, I got Lumines, I got Robash, Leafy Paint, a Roof. So you're doing a draw for bringing all the people in here. Dice tomorrow. Okay. So you're drawing from you and put them into a drawing. Okay. The next 5 minutes. So for the next 5 minutes, you're gonna get a few prices. Are you drawing dice or what are you drawing? Dice in a dice bag. So as a thank you, guy. So just follow name the raid, folks. Already following that we're on the raid to drawing for a dice package. Okay. So if you guys are interested, what I will do, I will head up to you, Captain, and I'm gonna name tomorrow. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. I got all of them here. So just to head up a little bit. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna head up a 2 hours session with me. If you guys want, so you are going to be able to ask me anything you want and show you a little bit of tricks and how to paint to get the right effects. So you already got time with me, Captain, so it's a little bit cheating. So with the dice, you are going to have a one-on-one with me for a big 2 hours. In 2 hours, you can do a lot of things. So yes, thank you, Mickey Farm. It is greatly appreciated. So, and at the same time, it's always fun to paint, so that's why I'm doing this, just to add a little bit more fun to everything when you like to paint. always fun. So for those new, straight name Ragan, quizás Geek already know you. Not So like I said, if you guys got any question or anything, you can go in the chat. So it's usually, I would say that the captain right now is in the ballpark. So I don't usually give my time, but for this, I'll be gladly doing it. So for those who don't know me, I've been painting for a few years now. I'm a commission painter, and I mostly do box art or article in reviews, all that kind of stuff. So and I start to like to doing those little Twitch thing and having fun at the same time. So I received a few. I don't know if you saw the picture, Captain. I received a few prints today. I received that from Max. So that's probably going to be something that you're going to like to see paint. This from Num Num. Again, thank you for the follow. I got another one from Num Num. This little girl here. She's the last one that she did. Edit Cross and another just did the this one. I got this big one. This is going something that I'm gonna paint. I don't know if you guys know a little bit about H.R. Jigger. He's the one who created Alien. This one is going to be in that range of colors. So really pale skin and all the surrounding. And I got this. I'm gonna hide the little boobs. So I'm pretty sure if you're on Facebook, you've seen the sculpture. This one. So this is going to be a steampunk style. And that's what I will be working on. So right now what we had up is this that's going to be finished pretty soon. This is going to go back to auto model. I had the permission of showing it off because it's a brand new miniature. Her name is Tana. So I will be working on her a little bit later during the week. I got knowledge that I gotta finish. So I'm pretty sure you show it a little bit earlier. So this little guy here with the light coming in the back. This one is from Tarot Model Maker, and I based it on their small card. So if you look at so I'm going for the same look. So we got a little helmet, so I'm gonna have a wire coming in. Also, I got this one from I think it's White Wolf Tavern that I'm still working on. So I still didn't decide if I was going to add a little bit tattoos or a little bit more on her. I know that the captain really likes her hair. So, and I still need to work a little bit on her back right here, but she is getting there. So you can see that I work this a little bit further. So, but she's gonna be nice. And I have a load of project going on. So I was working on this one with the captain. I don't know if you guys remember him. So he's not done, but is advancing. Monument Hobbies. Thank you, Rubash. I'm waiting on you, Captain. So going around with the metallics, I got this one from Creepy Table. General Zarg that I'm doing right now. So I was going for a more organic look on him. But since it's alien, I wanted to do something with his armor. After that. Other projects are coming too. So I don't know if you guys are a fan of the 40K, but I got this one to do. This is going to be a red non-metallic metal with gold. So that should be fun to do. So if you're in the 40K range, this is going to be something because it's all going to be red non-metallic and non-metallic metal. So there's going to be gold, red, and silver metal. So in case you guys didn't know my accent, I'm French. So I'm in Canada, in Quebec. So that's going to be the next few things that will be going on my channel. So I hope you guys going to be back. Yes, my kitty is going. What? Yeah, she is. She's a little bit frisky tonight. I don't know why, but sometimes you just want to go and up on the table, but I try to stop her. So thank you a lot, everyone, for the follows. I hope you guys going to enjoy what I'm doing. I try to stay as simple as possible when I do miniature, I try to play with light. I try to play with a lot of things at the same time, and trying to get the right ambiance when I'm painting. So, like I just said, if you guys got any question, I need to advance on it. Because this one is due in about a week and a half. So I usually paint in about a week and a half, sometimes more, depending on the contracts, but usually I try to get my contracts how I want them to be, so sometimes it takes longer. I try to make it usually a week and a half, so I start with pre-shading, and then after that I work my way up through the painting. So right now what I'm doing is just sketching where I want my light to be. So when you look at it, but it's just sketching. After that there's a way of going up and having it toned down, and so I got a bad habit too, if you are following me guys, that sometimes I just go and I don't speak, so say something in the chat to woke me up. It's just because when I'm painting and I'm kind of focused. It's a good thing when you're getting more work done, since being able to focus more on painting. Yeah, because when you if you speak at the same time, I usually try to explain stuff, and when you're explaining, you have a tendencies of making a little bit more mistake because you're not fully concentrated. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing sometimes, because when you paint, I think it was, I don't remember his name, he was saying that you can do little mistakes. It's always fun, so I'm kind of the same way. Sometimes I do mistake and it's good mistake. Also, I like to play. I'm pretty sure you find out by now that I like to play with a lot of colors at the same time. Sometimes I'm gonna mix them. It's gonna not look like crap, but give something different. Bob Ross, here you go. Thank you. Uh, and also, the more I paint with people, the more I found that people sometimes are afraid of doing mistakes on their meanings. But don't be afraid. It's always a discovery. You need to do mistakes to get better. Because I'm telling you frankly, I didn't paint all my life like this. I used to do shitty stuff. I don't know if I get my example right here. I'm gonna show you my first mini that I ever painted. I always kept it because when I started, I was doing 35 millimeters. So when people ask me, did you So here you go. That's my first ever painted miniature. Here you go. So don't be afraid. Sometimes we can do little mistakes. Yeah, it's a 135 because I usually, when I started, I was doing more uh, military stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, and I got sick and tired of it because I'm more a painter than a builder. And the thing is, I didn't like wasting my time with building stuff. I rather like painting them. So I end up having a shitload of models as build, mostly all painted. So then I switched to bust and 77 millimeters. So it was a little bit more in my league, since when you're doing bust, they don't have that much thing to glue on them. I got a few different models here that the company send me more complicated. I still didn't have built them. I like yeah, some bust you have to build, but let's say you got only 2 or 3 pieces to put on them, then having a full engine and all that kind of stuff to build, it's a big difference. And like I said, I'm a kind of lazy in building stuff, so I'd rather have model goes really. No, I can't get max. I get the poor Max always doing printing my stuff. Poor guy, I am asking a lot of him because sometimes companies send me stuff like I would say Ouroboros send me just STL files, but they are not supported or added to. So when he end up printing them, he has to do all the supports and all that kind of stuff. So I'm asking a lot from him. Not nice, but here we go. As you can see right now, what we're doing is just developing the texture on the jacket, at the same time adding the lights, because his main angle is going to be like this. So as you can see, even in pre-shading, you can see the main light entry. I got my little own terms when I'm painting. I know I'm talking about pre-shading and this and that, because what happens sometimes when people are priming their figures, uh, you got a small tendencies right now. People are doing zenithal lighting. So what they do is they take a figure and they just push with the airbrush some, I would say, a point of entry of light on it. So what it does, it gives just the idea of where your light is coming from, I develop more of a black and white sketch when you're painting. So what it does, it gives you a better idea of your figure and where your light are going to be. So when people are doing just zenithal lightning, is just pushing one point like this, and as you can see, that's the big difference, because now you have really the 3D effect and where your light are going to be. So you take a picture of that, and then after that you can paint it around it. So that's one of my little trick of when I paint figures. I always try to go and get all the angles of the light. So if you got just like this, I did like this. You always forget that photo, but that's the main. It doesn't really matter if you take a picture of it or not, because once you really get the feel of your figure like this, when you put paint on it, if your paint is thin, all your details and all your light are going to go through your paint. And that's what I like about it, is sometimes if you want to do just a quick, let's say you're in 40K and you want to do a quick army or stuff like that, just by doing this and having contrast paint or anything like that, and you just apply it to it, you're going to get the whole feeling of it either. So that's a good way to, when you paint your stuff, when you start painting, it helps you at the same time to see your light and see all your stuff that goes around. So, and this little girl got the big wolf going with her. So yes, I do use a hairbrush. So now you can look at the full picture of it, and you got a really good idea of where your light are being coming from. And yes, I use airbrush. I got about 5 or 6 airbrush. 3 that I don't use. I use my main airbrush when I'm working is Iwata BPHP. Seconds. There you go. I'm using this one for detailing, and since I'm a kind of a lazy painter a little bit, so sometimes I'm gonna go back and work with my airbrush to do the blends, or sometimes when I don't have a lot of time, because you have 2 ways of doing it. You can do it with wash, very thin, mixed with medium retarder, and really go and smooth out all your layers. Or you can go with an airbrush and with a mid-tone, and then after that, when you apply it, it goes a little bit smoother. Yeah, kind of a filtering, yes. and also wet palette. This is my way of painting, so I mix my colors and all that kind of stuff. So but it is an interesting world, the world of miniature. When you get into it, usually it's hard to get off of it. What I'm saying right now is just a matter of start to blend a little bit more. Textures are in. And another thing at the same time is when you paint, you always have to think, since the 3D, you always have to think that some people are gonna be looking like this, like this, like this. So all the angles need to be pretty much done, because you always got something and tendencies that people have too is when they're painting, they're just gonna be doing either the front, and sometimes they forget the back. And if you want to start doing addition or stuff like that, and you just do front of your figures, oh, so many. So if you got in mind someday that doing a little bit more competition and all that kind of good stuff, showing pieces, you have to think about the whole figure, not just the front of it. So I hope so far you guys find it interesting. Like I always say, if you got any question or anything, don't be shy. You can ask why I'm doing those little streaming. I know that sometimes people think that some kind of level of painting are inaccessible. Like I did show you a little bit earlier, everything is possible. Just sometimes a few techniques and how to recreate what you see. Good thing is to have a lot of reference sometimes. When you start something doing new or something you're not used to it, references are a really good thing to have near. Yes, Captain, you're absolutely right. Thanks to everyone that came in on that raid. It's really nice of you. Like I was saying, I'm doing this right now just because sometimes painting is just a little bit boring when you're alone, and having people coming along, be able to speak with people. It's a little bit more fun than just doing this all alone at the same time. But well, thank you, Captain. Thank you 1,000 times for your kindness and just being you. Have a good night, Captain. Take care of yourself. Sure that you have a good rest. Want you top shape. Like I said, if you guys got any question or anything like that, go ahead. Yes, I will squeeze Kitty. She's gone now. She's probably gone to sleep right now. Oh yeah, sure. Like I was telling you, that red N&M gonna be something fun. So now what I'm trying to do is just put down those purple with a little bit of blue. Sometimes when you mix colors, it helps the eyes to differentiate the different around it. So as you can see now, it start blending a little bit less harsh. But that's the way I'm doing it. I start with a really rough sketch, and then after that I go and smooth it out, smooth it out, smooth it out with different colors. You know, also at the same time, I know that a lot of people are always thinking to not introduce black or white or colors to their different painting, but I can assure you that sometimes adding a little bit of black or adding a little bit of white, saturated colors makes a big difference in contrast of different. Another thing too that I have a tendency to do is to create, even though you already have a light, sometimes just creating a false shadow would help in the reading of your miniature. Also, sometimes when you work your paint, usually what you want to do, start from the very darkest place and build up to your lightest place. So you work from dark to light, and when you blend it, what you do, usually what you want to do is just going, when you blend, is just going from your mid-tone down. So it's gonna help when you're going to do, like, say, fabric, and when the light is reflecting a few places, if you work from your darkest to your lightest, and then after that you take your mid-tone and you work it down, you'll see that everything's gonna be blend perfectly. I do skins like this. The best example I can show you is Katsune. This one. That's what I did. I work from all the darkest area with a very rough sketch up to the light, and then after that, when I was blending her skin, I start from the mid-tone down. So when you work it, yes, you work shadows first, coming to light, and then after that, you start from your mid-tone and you go down to your darkest, and then after that, you're going back and rework all your highlights. That's the best way to do it, like this. And sometimes you're gonna go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, because when you bring your highlights, sometimes you're gonna do a mistake and you're gonna bring it too much down. So then after that, you will have to rework all your way up and then tone it down. Yes, the midtones. You always try to work with your midtones when you're blending. Aren't you supposed to go to bed, you? So that's the way I usually work on my skin. Because if you can see, it's really dark. So when you work in between those two areas, what you want to do is bring all your mid-tone in the good area. So you can see all my lights are here and coming a straight line. Yes. So you got your light here, here, and that's what I was explaining to you was your 3 points of lights. So as you can see, you got your main light here, you got a second point here, and another point here. So when you work your figure, everything comes up together like this. So you got a big triangle. So that one is going. Yeah. They mostly all built like that. Same thing for this one here. This one is in a really dark area, but as you can see, you got your main here, second is right here, and the third is right here. So when I work in triads like that, usually the figure ends up pretty nice. Because what your eyes do is when he's looking at your figure, it brings the 3 points together. So as another example, I want to take this one. This one is the same thing. You got your 3 points. You got your skull, you got the head, and you got right here. So you got your 3 points of light. So when your eyes look at it, it's going to take the 3 points and make it come inside the figure. So that's why sometimes figures look so great, is just because you got 3 points of lights, and when you look at it, forms a really good grouping together. I know you like the hair. It's the same thing with this one. So you got your 3 points. You got the face, you got the back, and you got the breast. So the 3 points are making it work. And then after that, it's just developing all around. But the hair is not really done yet. Because what I'm trying to do is really a washed up kind of hair. So it needs to be have a little bit more pale and deep. Yes, I know the Yes, I know. This one. So like I was saying, it's the same principle. And when you look at that here, it's always line of lights coming in. So from front, it's always a little bit shinier. But if you want to really have a good look in your hair, I don't know if I can bring it a little bit more. There you go. Because when you do hair, the thing is people usually try to do trends by trend. But when you look at real hair, the reflection on air is never trend by trend, is always like a blurb. So when you paint hair, I always recommend that you can go with a big brush and you go just trends. Because if you look at this as a trend, this one, this one, this one, yeah, it's same thing as non-metallic. Non-metallic is mostly when you try to emulate metals, sorry. So it's the same thing. It's always a reflection. You get the main reflection, a second reflection, and you got usually here. So when you do non-metallics, as you can see, you get reflection from the air here. Right here. Because the more shinier you want your metals to look like, the more reflection you're gonna have integrated in it. Same thing as this side. You can see you got purple inside here. Reflection from your dark skin right here is inside the reflection of the, and the same thing. Everything is reflecting on everything, so you always have to think that sometimes if you look on the top of the hair, I had a little bit of green, so it blends better with. After that, if you look here, you can see a little bit of green too. So it's always a little bit of reflection on reflection by reflection, and reflection here. So same thing here. I had a little bit of reflection purple here. So when you look at it, see those two purple here. So that's the reflection of the skin right here. But what it does, it really brings everything together. So it gives more, first a 3D effect, and then after that gives more shininess to the thing, and it looks more natural. And sometimes people are afraid of doing that because they don't think that's going to be looking good, but it's the opposite. Because when you walk outside, just look at your shadows. If you look at your shadows is never black or green, or it's always a mix of the first layer. Let's say you walk on asphalt, it's going to be gray plus the reflection of your clothing and the reflection of the surroundings. So let's say you walk on a road near a forest, so your reflection on the ground is going to be a mix of green, a mix of gray, a mix of your clothing. So that's why sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. There you go, guys. The same thing with a little bit of jewels here. So here you go. So that's gonna be a wrap up for me tonight. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And we are going to be continuing on this little guy. So now we got texture everywhere. Variation. So you start to look like a pirate. So thank you guys for all the follows tonight. Oh, don't worry, Robush. It's a learning curve. I even learn myself by looking at work of others and how they work, and so you never stop to learn when you're painting, because sometimes you're gonna find some effect that's working, and on the next miniature it won't work. So you have to relearn how to paint it, how to do it. So and like I said, if you guys want to join my Discord, I got a Discord too. I think it's on the bottom of my Twitch, if I remember well. Yes, so you can click on it. I got Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Instagram is the place where I will be putting most of my picture. So if you wanna pop back there and see what I've been doing or what I'm done, it's a good place to start. Like I said, I'm always available, so if you guys got any question, you can chat with me, you can send me an email, or you can, and that's it. So thanks a lot, guys. I'm not really familiar with the rating stuff, so I'm going to try to raid someone. I'm just checking. We're gonna go. I got new meta design. I don't know if you guys know him. So we're gonna be writing. This little guy is doing Warhammer right now. So if you guys want to follow me there, gonna be continuing a little bit of fun. So once again, thank you guys, and we are going to see you next time. So just watch when I'm on.
It's pretty nuts. Sick.